Hope you're doing well out there. We're going to get started in a little bit. We're going to get some vibes going today. It's a beautiful Friday. I hope it's good where you are. It's a beautiful day where I am. And I'm feeling like the sevens is the vibe for today. Nah, that's a commercial. We don't want that commercial. All right, boom. We in the pocket now. There ain't no stopping. Seven's up. Let me share this out real quick. MOORS who was being called Negroes and blacks. And you see, it was sort of like this guy, three wise men used to speak about way back in the day. And he was for love instead of hate. And he stood on five principles. It was love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. All right. And no disrespect to the sixth guy. That's six. But this man here, he was rolling with them sevens. You know it. He was rolling with them sevens. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was rolling with them sevens. Oh yeah. Now we rolling with them sevens. Now we rolling with the sevens. Now we rolling with the sevens. Yeah, we rolling with the sevens. Put them up. Sevens up. If you rolling with the sevens.
Noble Drew Ali was one of the greatest men to come among us. So teaches the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Noble Drew Ali, that was his name. That's why he can.
I used to be so angry, spitting flying. Once I seen the light, that is when it changed.
When it changed.
Once you know the truth, it change your eyes. You could see our people for we are, not the lies.
Not the lies.
Understand why they try and keep us lost. Our ancestors right when they really had the sauce. They gave hella knowledge, hella culture to the world. They trying to make us slaves.
When y'all ain't keep it thorough.
Without even knowing, making gold out of dirt. We always showing love.
That's probably why it hurt.
My people wanna chill.
My people want serenity. And it seems like y'all want some more enemies. We all about love. We all about peace. Throw them sevens up when you see us in the
Strays.
You know we throw them sevens. Come on. Hit them with the love. Okay. Man, it feel like heaven, man.
Outside of what we truly are. And what happens when we identify with the name or label that someone else has given us? We forget our divinity, who we truly are. See, the thing about language is that it has the same dual nature as everything else. It can be beautiful, but at the same time, it can be stifling to our nature. So when we identify with something that limits us to the material realm, it strips us of our divinity. We are beyond labels. We are made in supreme likeness.
Cam Bam.
Wake up, divine
Come on, G.
man. You are creators with the same likeness.
Ready?
See, a divine man represents the will. And when a divine man has the will to do something, and he directs his will with the spiritual power of the divine woman,
Once the music go off, right?
beauty in what you can create. Everything around us is because we created it.
We created Cam Solo. Hello. Well, that rhymed. I didn't even notice.
Peace.
Peace. Cam Solo Salam Abdullah Salam L.
So I need your help on the MOORS questions. It's gonna help start off the class today. Cool?
Cool.
All right. So I want you to read Well, let's read number 2 first. The question and the answer. Read the question. What does number 2 say? Number 2.
Who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe.
Slow it down. Slow it down. Give people.
Who is Allah, guys? I want to hear your questions in the chat.
Don't worry about the chat. Who is Allah?
Allah is the Father of the universe.
And that's the answer. Allah is the Father of the universe.
Can we see him? Technically, if you go up to heaven, then. But the answer is no, I guess.
Where's the nearest place we can meet him?
In heaven.
In the.
Oh, in the.
What does it say?
In the heart.
In the heart. This is the question that's important for today. Who is Noble Drew Ali? Question 5. What does it say?
He is Allah's prophet. I asked that.
And then what is number 6 say?
What is a prophet?
A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. Then let's let that last. This question number 7. Give me question number 7 for me.
So wouldn't he be at least 200 if he was born in 1886?
No, he's no longer alive. But read number 7 for me, because this word is really important. I'm gonna look it up later.
Duty.
Yep. Read number 7.
Duty means like stuff that you have to do, which means like right here. To-do list. To-do list. On there is my duties.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But question. Read the question real quick.
You need nothing but to do.
What is the question?
But duty.
What's the question, champ?
What is the duty of a prophet? To save nations from the wrath of Allah.
From the wrath of Allah.
What does that mean? Like, I know what wrath means, but like, is it when? Like I asked, does Allah have feelings?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
It's not in this book.
Where's the second one?
Hold on, champ. Thank you for helping me. I'm gonna continue teaching.
I was supposed to read one of the chapters from the Holy Quran.
I'll ask you to come back maybe later, okay? But your lunch is over there.
Run!
All right? Cam, take that in the room and read for me, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Go that way.
Guys, always remember this. Cam Solo is better than Cliff Solo.
All right.
Never get that thing wrong in your mind.
Thank you, champ.
You're welcome.
All right. Ever so energetic Cam Bam. So I got some things that I wanted to go over today, and he sort of started it off for us. Noble Drew Ali, prophet. We're going to get there. But first I wanted to talk about first I want to talk about MOORS. That's what I wanted to do. First I wanted to talk about the words. The words is very important. And etymology, And before we even get into any of this, the thing that's important when we're speaking about MOORS and MOORS science and these teachings is that this isn't simply something that we are believing. This isn't something that's just about, I'm just buying into it because it sounds good. It's science. You know what I mean? So I want you to use logic and use reason. Investigate this for yourself. Look for the evidence. Look for the proof, because it is there. And so as we go through this, I just wanted to put some words on the record first, and then as we go through this, we're going to touch on the words. Creed is one that's important. Prophet, we already touched on. Duty, my man Cam had a great definition, but we're going to get even more into the duty. And also men / man. Very important words. And also more. I would say to look up all of those words in the dictionary. You know what I mean? If you're not watching this live, take a moment, pause it, go get a dictionary, go get a law dictionary. Look up what duty means in law. Look up what creed means. Look up what man or men means. Just so you get a firm understanding about what we're about to speak on. All right, so As we read from the Quran Questions for Moorish Americans, right? Noble Drew Ali is a prophet, not just he wasn't just a dope dude that had a lot of knowledge. He wasn't just some cool leader that people was following. Noble Drew Ali was a prophet. We got to really understand, and I want to go step by step so that we really follow along and understand what's going on. He was a prophet sent by Allah, God, our creator, whatever name you want to give our creator. But the creator of the universe, the creator of the planet and all of the creatures and everything, the earth and the moon and the sun, the stars, everything. Okay? Our creator sent Noble Drew Ali for humanity. You know what I mean? He's a prophet for humanity, but he came specifically for so-called blacks, Negroes, so-called colored people, so-called African Americans, because we needed him the most. Got to understand that. So our creator, understanding that we was in a bad position here, looked out, sent us a messenger, sent us a prophet. And this person came with information to help for our life, to guide our life. And that's where the creed comes in. And we're going to speak on Islam and religion. And before we even get into that, let me preface this and say that please put aside your preconceived notions about religion or your prejudices towards religion or towards Islam. Yes, there are people that misuse and abuse religions, but don't confuse that with saying all religions are evil or all religions are bad or any of the ideas you may have heard, the negative ideas you may have heard regarding religion. We got to understand that we have to separate what people have done in the name of religion from religions themselves. But I wanted to get into some evidence. We're going to be reading the Quran Circle 7. Oh, also, if you have any questions and you're watching this live, please just drop it in the chat. If you have any questions and this is after the live, you can email me, iamhhtemple@gmail.com, iamhhtemple@gmail.com, or you can just drop the question in the comment section and I can answer you like that. But we're going to get into the Quran Circle 7. We're also going to get into Moorish literature just to validate and verify what is being said. And so in the Quran Circle 7, in the last chapter, it says, this is chapter 48, the end of time and the fulfilling of the prophecies. It says, the last prophet in these days is Noble Drew Ali, who was prepared divinely in due time by Allah to redeem men from their sinful ways and to warn them of the great wrath which is sure to come upon the earth. A little ways down in the chapter, it says, actually I'm going to go to line 10 and then back to line 8. It says, line 10, come all ye Asiatic of America and hear the truth about your nationality and birthrights. Be clear on what's being said. We have to learn of our ancient and divine creed. But what does creed actually mean? And this is coming from the New Oxford American Dictionary. Creed, need some water. Bless you. Creed is in page 401. Creed, a system of Christian or other religious belief of faith. A set of beliefs or aims that guides someone's actions. So creed is a faith, a religious belief. This is saying, come all ye Asiatic of America. So all the Asiatics of America and hear the truth about your nationality and birthrights because you are not Negroes. Who are called Negro? Our people is called Negroes. So we're Asiatics. Understand that. And it says, learn of your forefathers' ancient and divine creed, our forefathers' ancient and divine religious belief, or our forefathers' ancient and divine faith. Then I want to go back to line 8 now. It says, while we, the Moorish Americans, are returning to Islam, which was founded by our forefathers for our earthly and divine salvation. Islam is our ancient and divine creed, the faith. And if we want to get specific, in this book here, Quran Questions for Moorish Americans, it even goes so far as to clarify exactly Question 17. What is our religion? Islamism. Question 18. Is that a new or is that a old-time religion? Old-time religion. So it even goes further to clarify that our religion technically is Islamism. And I don't want to get too specific into that, but understand that our creed is connecting us back to Islam. And on that note, I wanted to follow that up with some clarity on Islam. Because, unfortunately, especially if you're watching this and you're from the U.S., from North America, the United States, you have probably been programmed, you've probably been conditioned to have a skewed understanding of Islam. So I wanted to read something real quick because Noble Ali wrote it, and it's literally called "What is Islam?" That's it. Man, he really thought of that. What is Islam? And this is in the MOORS literature. I'll drop that link in here, but it's in the description as well. Boom. What is Islam? Islam is a very simple faith or creed, right? Creed, you heard it was a faith. Islam is a very simple faith. It requires man to recognize his duties towards God Allah, his creator, and his fellow creatures. It teaches the supreme duty of living at peace with one's surroundings. It is preeminently the religion of peace. The very name Islam means peace. The goal of a man's life, according to Islam, is peace with everything. Peace with Allah and peace with man. Let me keep reading this last piece here. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, tells us that the final abode of man is the house of peace, where no vain word or sinful discourse will be heard. The holy divine prophet Noble Ali says that a follower of Islam in the true sense of the word is one whose hands, tongue, and thoughts do not hurt others. Powerful. And it goes on, but I wanted to just stop right there because it spoke about duty. Let me just highlight where it said that as well. Islam requires man to recognize his duties towards God, Allah, our creator, and Allah's fellow creatures. Our fellow creatures. Excuse me, not Allah's fellow creatures. But I wanted to get the dictionary for duty. Going back to the New Oxford American Dictionary. And it's really important that we pay attention to these words, man. Because sometimes they can go right over your head, you know what I mean? But they're very important. Very important. Duty. It's page 531. Duty. a moral or legal obligation, responsibility. Duty is a moral or legal obligation, a responsibility. Done from a sense of moral obligation rather than for pleasure. A task or action that someone is required to perform. Duty. Powerful. And then you follow it up here. That's what I want to do. Get into the law dictionary real quick. This is Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. I said, man, let me look up what it says in the law dictionary. You know, because we're talking about law, and Moores is always talking about the law. What does duty mean in law? Duty, a human action. Come on, Cam.
There's one thing.
No.
Please.
No, come on, champ. I gotta focus.
What I'm doing so
All right, but go sit down and read right now, champ. Thank you. Duty, in the law dictionary, a human action which is exactly conformable to the laws which require us to obey them. A human action which is exactly... Nah, champ. Go sit down, man. A human action which is exactly conformable to the laws which require us to obey them. Down a little bit further. As a technical term of the law, duty signifies a thing due, that which is due from a person, that which a person owes to another, an obligation to do a thing. A word more extensive signification than debt. Although both are expressed by the same Latin word debitum. Interesting. Duty. And also on a side note, we're speaking about duty, also mentioned in the MOORS literature. The Supreme Grand Council will have the power and duty to control and supervise all the affairs and properties of the Moorish Science Temple of America. We're not going to get to all that right now, but just wanted to put that out there. So, went over the fact that Noble Drew Ali is a prophet. Verified from our Quran, right? We are supposed to be returning to Islam. And also, I wanted to highlight real quick in the Moorish literature. That we're supposed to be following Noble Drew Ali. Okay? And this is especially for people that feel, I know what's best. You're not the prophet, family. All due respect, you're not the prophet. To Moors that are just coming into this information, keep this in mind. We're supposed to follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali. As amazing as some of these teachers and these people that have this Moorish information may be, understand we're supposed to follow Noble Drew Ali. Oh, we ain't supposed to follow no Islam. I self-law and master. Can you show me where Noble Drew Ali ever said that? Can you show me where Noble Drew Ali ever said, I self-law and master? Okay, let's put that to the side for right now. Because let me show you where he said, don't follow Noble Drew Ali in the Moorish literature. It says, Moors caveat emptor. Moors are men, upright, independent, and fearless, who care for their loved ones and follow the Prophet to a destiny which is not uncertain nor unknown. Moors are men, upright, independent, and fearless, who care for their loved ones and follow the prophet to a destiny which is not uncertain nor unknown. We're supposed to be following Noble Drew Ali. And let me highlight real quickly, because it says men. What about the women? If you look up men in the dictionary, just to be clear, boom. You look up men. Men is the plural. It's the plural form of man. Then when you go down to man, it says number one, an adult human male. But then the second one below that, a human being of either sex, a person. God cares for all races and all men. Human beings in general, the human race. So it's saying Moors are human beings, upright, independent, and fearless, who care for their loved ones and follow the prophet to a destiny which is not uncertain nor unknown. And then also, to follow it up even further, we have this section in part 42. And this part is from Noble Drew Ali to all governors, grand sheiks, and head officials of the temple. And in this section, it was actually speaking about who was being seated on the Supreme Grand Council, the governmental aspect of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And then right below it, it says, then Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, follow me and you will be happy. Noble Drew Ali said, follow me and you will be happy. The Prophet also announced that the per capita tax had been voted in by the Grand Body and concurred with by the Supreme Grand Council during the second sitting of the Supreme Grand Council. Follow Noble Drew Ali and you will be happy. That's what Noble Drew Ali said. And then just to follow it up, it even has a section in the Moorish literature called Following Our Leaders. Thousands of Moorish Americans will follow their leaders, regardless of propaganda put forth by those who have designs to hinder them in the work for the advancement of their people. We will not stop to question the requisites, qualifications, nor anything else, so long as our leaders who have investigated and passed on the course of action, which we feel is enough endorsement for us to act. We have long known that the first attempt to crush the leaders of any movement or organization is to plant dissension among their followers. Such will never be the case with the Moorish Americans. For when we have chosen our leaders, that within itself tells the world that we are going to follow them. All of the knocks and slams that come from anyone against our leaders will be ignored by us. Where they lead us, we will follow. But it all starts with Noble Drew Ali. That's the key. That's the beauty of this movement. Noble Drew Ali is the founder. Noble Drew Ali is the prophet. You gotta follow Noble Drew Ali. That's the whole thing about this. That's what I want. That's what I continue to express and humbly just urge you to get into your mind, get into your spirit, into your heart with all of this information. Anything you see people talking about Moorish science, Moorish this, Moorish American that. Oh, we want to have our Moorish communities, etc., etc., etc. Any of that talk, they gotta be following Noble Drew Ali. If they not, it ain't gonna work, man. Why though? Why? Because Noble Drew Ali was sent by Allah, was sent by our Creator. Don't forget, that's the foundation. He not just a cool dude that got some good ideas. A real deal prophet. Moors, we especially need to understand that. In reference, look at how our Muslim brothers and sisters in the East, look at how, regardless of whether or not, they are Sunni or Shia, every Muslim brother or sister that I've ever seen has a high respect for the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Ooh, that's fine.
Thank you, champ.
You're welcome.
But take note at how they respect the prophet that was sent for that for the Muslim brothers and sisters in the East. See how Muslims respect and honor Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Now look at how we have, or the lack of honor we have been giving to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And while we speaking on that, speaking on Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, this is the Holy Quran. And this is also this is to show Moorish Americans, to show Moors why we have to study all true and divine prophets. We have to study all of these holy books. And I'm going to close with this story about my mom in a second. But this is from Surah 14, line 4. Okay? It says, it's page 295 of this Quran. We sent not a messenger except to teach in the language of his own people, in order to make things clear to them. I'll read that again for you. We sent not a messenger except to teach in the language of his own people, in order to make things clear to them. Just put this on the record, man. See that right there? That's from the Quran. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, saying that Allah sent messengers to all people, speaking their language to clarify things to them. Everybody got a messenger so that they would get the message. So it'd be clear. Wouldn't be no confusion. And we indeed, the people over here, the Asiatics of America, going back to the end of time and fulfilling of the prophecies, come all ye Asiatics and hear the truth about your nationality and birthrights. Learn of your forefathers' ancient and divine creed. We Moorish Americans are returned to Islam. Noble Drew Ali was prepared divinely in due time by Allah. Noble Drew Ali speaks English, so you can't say, "Oh, we don't understand." No, it's in here. And let me just, for the record, we speaking about religion. It has a chapter on religion. First line in the chapter religion, chapter 35. There is but one Allah, the author, the creator, the governor of the world, almighty, eternal, incomprehensible. The sun is not Allah, though his noblest image. He enlightened the world with his brightness. His warmth giveth life to the products of the earth. Admire him as the creature, the instrument of Allah, but worship him not. To the one who is supreme, most wise, and beneficent, and to him alone belong worship, adoration, thanksgiving, and praise. To Allah alone we worship. We don't worship Noble Drew Ali, just to make that clear. We follow Noble Drew Ali in the teachings because he's the prophet. A prophet sent for us. But we worship Allah. And that's what unifies us with our Muslim brothers and sisters in the East. As it says in What is Islam? Let me go back to that, which is in the Moors literature, as I was reading earlier. At the end, it says, we believe in one God, Allah, who is all God, all mercy, and all power. He is perfect and holy, all wisdom, all knowledge, and all truth. These are some of his great attributes so far as we can understand. He is free from all defects, holy and transcendent. This unity of Allah is the first and foremost pillar of Islam, and every other belief hangs upon it. This is what we got to do. We have to get back to this. We have to get back to following the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. And that includes Islam. That includes these teachings in the Quran and all of the holy books from all of the true and divine prophets. So if you hear Moorish Americans disrespecting Prophet Muhammad or religions, that's incorrect. Matter of fact, in the Moorish literature, the Moorish Science Temple of America, here's a chapter from section 34. We of the Moorish Science Temple of America, like countless other American citizens, know that we must live together here in America in harmony. Live here in America in harmony, friendship, and goodwill, whatever our race and creed or religious belief or faith may be. It is only from a purely religious standpoint, it seems at this time, that we differ from a large number of fellow Americans. We believe in and foster the Muslim religion. The Muslim religion would be Islam. We believe in the principles of its teachings insofar as they can be adopted to American life. Here's key. We feel that the Christian religion is all right for those who prefer it. In America, religious freedom is guaranteed all under the Constitution. So again, this isn't about bashing other religions. This isn't about forcing people to follow. This is simply just letting people know, hey, we were sent a prophet. Prophet from Allah, the Creator, came to make things clear to us. Broke down what is Islam. It's a simple faith. Told us about our duties, our obligations. We're supposed to follow Noble Drew Ali, follow his teachings, get back to Islam. And let me close with that because I was talking with my mom. We was talking about religion and test, and I was also talking to my son about religion. And I was explaining to him, I was explaining to my son that it's similar to like in a video game. That's what it was. I was explaining to him, I was like, I don't know if video games still come with manuals, but when I was growing up, video games came with instruction manuals. They tell you how to play the game and a whole nine. He's like, nah, well, sort of. It has manuals, but it's tutorials now. And I was like, you're right. But in essence, they give you the instructions, the guidelines on how to play the game, how to navigate through the game, and be successful. Well, just like video games have manuals, instruction manuals, or tutorials, life, we were given an instruction manual or tutorials, if you will. We didn't just come here and we have to just figure it all out and, make the best out of it. We didn't just come here with no purpose, no guidelines on how to live this life. We actually were given some instructions, some clear, defined ways on how we're supposed to live our life. And this is throughout time, mind you. And in different places around the world. Because at different times and different places, certain people needed things more than other people. Certain things, certain people needed structure or principles or guidance at a specific time. So our Creator, being the most wise, being all-knowing, sent a messenger at this time. Sent a messenger at that time. And at this time, a messenger was sent. And this person is Noble Drew Ali. And he came with some instructions, a tutorial, you know what I mean? An instruction booklet. It literally breaks down instructions for husbands, instructions for daughters, instructions for young men, for children. It talks about religion, gives us instructions about how to deal with people that you work with, instructions for life. And this is truly just a little piece of the instruction booklet, because we really have to get into the Quran and the Bible and all of the other the religious texts or the spiritual texts that was brought by true and divine prophets. But this is what I was talking to my mom about, how what's such a trip, because we was talking about just being tested and how certain people, she had the devil testing, but the devil is a lie. But just how certain people can try and test you, and how we have to just push forth, and how life, it just brings about tests, and we have to just keep going. And it really struck me. I was like, man, life is like one big test, if you will. And I was joking with mom. I said, man, and at the end, everybody get that test graded. You know what I mean? And the amazing part about this test is it's an open book test. We got the answers right here. Sway, you ain't got the answers, Sway. I know, but Noble Drew Ali brought some answers. Yeah, joking, but truthfully though, we have an open book test to this thing called life. The books are here for us. It's not like our Creator said, "Nah, I'm not gonna give you no instructions. You just gotta good luck." No, it's literally people that came all throughout time, and the evidence is still here. Instructions is here right now for us to use. If we use this, everything will be good. And we still stubborn and don't even want to listen. Boy, you know what I mean? But that's also the beauty in this. That's God is all-knowing. Allah is all-knowing. And we have the choice. We have free will. That's why we are responsible for our actions, because we have the freedom to choose. And that's why there's no compulsion in Islam. We're not here to force anybody to return to Islam and this way of life, this religion of peace. It's not forcing people to live by love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You got to take on this duty and this responsibility and choose to live this way. You had a choice, or you could choose not to. But at the end of the day, though, this the key. At the end of the day, we will be held accountable for our actions. And you won't be able to say, well, I didn't know. You won't be able to say, well, wait, 1 second. Because once it's up, it's up. Once it's over, you know what I mean? Once the pens down, you know what I mean? Like in school, hey, put your pens down, test is over. Put your papers up front, turn them in. That's it. You can't, you could try and cheat if you want. You know what I mean? Look and try to see what other people doing, try to cheat, use it. It's not going to help you. When that day come, you ain't going to be like, hey, my man, he could vouch for me. Nah. And in all your decisions, everything you done said and did, it's going to be there. I advise all of us, but specifically MOORS, Moorish Americans, to follow Noble Drew Ali. Why? Because he was a prophet sent to us by our Creator. And he was sent with specific instructions for how we need to live our life. What's up, man?
I was supposed to read something from that. Wait.
I'm not,
So guys, one thing.
I'm not done.
You
man.
guys know how Noble Drew Ali?
Excuse me. I wasn't done, son.
How long was
I wasn't done, son.
closing?
Go sit back down. And you can come and say your piece in a second.
Daddy, no, not the piece. You remember what I was talking to you about?
What?
How Noble Drew Ali is about his obedience to our father.
Go sit down, champ. I'll call you in a second, okay? I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Okay.
My bad, y'all. The point I was saying is specifically for Moors Americans, we need to. It would behoove us. it would be to our benefit. It would be smart. It would be logical to follow the teachings and the examples and the laws and the guidance that Noble Drew Ali brought. But don't believe me. See for yourself why he is a prophet. See for yourself. Look at the evidence. Don't believe me. Don't believe the hype. Look into what he taught himself. Follow his teachings. Because that person, he was coming from Allah, our creator. And the same way, the same reverence, the same respect the Muslim brothers and sisters have for Prophet Muhammad and the teachings that he brought as a prophet, we should be having the same for Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We really need to respect the teachings that he brought. And if you say that you're a Moor, you say that you're a Moorish American, you need to truly stand on them principles. You really need to truly stand on these teachings. Not just talk about it, you got to be about it. That's what distinguishes us from everybody else. It's not just that you talking it, it's that you living it, that you are it. And it's deeper than the feds. It ain't the material. It's got to be in you, not on you. You feel me? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Got to be in you, not on you, man. Cam Bam. Slow down, champ. Slow down, man.
You can even see me
Slow
turn.
down.
You didn't even see me turn?
I want you to read. This is from the Divine Origin. What, you wanted to read something from that chapter? Okay.
You know how Noble Drew Ali is all your fathers, right?
No. Noble Drew Ali is not all of our fathers.
Wait. Cut. Okay, you know
just read
how Allah's
Cam.
fathers?
Cam. Just read number 4 and number 4, number 5, and number 6.
Just say to number 4 and number 6.
Cool, number 4 and number 6.
Be grateful to thy father. He gave thee life, and to the mother he sustained thee. For she sustained thee. Hear the words of his mouth. They are speaking for thy good.
For they are spoken.
For they are spoken for thy good. He hath give ear to his admonition, for it to proceedeth.
Proceedeth.
Why can't you just say proceed? Proceed.
Proceedeth.
To loveth. From loveth.
From love.
He hath watched for thy welfare. He hath toiled for thy ease. Do honor therefore his age.
To his age. Slow down.
And let not his white hairs be treated with gray hairs be treated with irreverence. Why are there so many
because that's how they wrote in the language they use.
Oh my God.
Thank you, champ.
Moorish? Is that the language?
No, thank you. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let me explain them. So guys, I read this chapter because Allah is all your fathers.
Our Father.
Our,
That's what the
Our
prayer
Father.
comes in. But let me finish. All right, champ.
hey,
Thank you.
this will only take 10 more minutes. Right?
I'm gonna be finished in a couple of seconds, too. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Come on, champ, please. In closing, excuse me, it's a lot going on. Man, in closing, follow Noble Drali's teachings. Study the Quran, the Circle 7. Study the Quran questions for Moorish Americans. Study the Moorish literature. You know what I mean? This is a raggedy version right now. You got to excuse me, but I've been using this to study a lot. But study the Moorish literature, because the Moorish literature, it shows you that this movement, our organization, is more than just a religious thing. It's more than just the spiritual aspect of it. It really has the national side of things, how we get right as a nation of people. But it's not going to come from following these other people that are trying to take some of Noble Drew Ali's teachings and create their own movement. That's not going to work. And if you follow them, you're going to end up hurting yourself or your family or people that you care for. As it said in Caveat Emptor, that's how we close out. Moors are men who are upright. I thought I was going to be able to get it off the top. Moors are men upright, independent, and fearless who care for their loved ones and follow the prophet. Follow the prophet to a destiny which is not uncertain nor unknown. You follow these other people, there's no telling where you may end up. You know what I mean? Probably end up in jail, possibly prison, possibly dead. Follow Noble Drew Ali. Follow the prophet. True and divine prophet, sent by Allah. Not just, you know what I mean, some person with some ideas that sound good. Noble Drew Ali is tried and true. Proven. Look him up for yourself. Don't believe him. Yeah. So that's what I had to say today. Was there any questions? I didn't see any questions. Peace, peace, Islam. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace, peace, peace. Stick to the script, to the manuscript. Hey, man. Truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Love instead of hate. That's right, champ. Yeah, I didn't see no questions.
What they have to remember. Journey is the most important. Even Allah can agree. Kim Soul is better than Cliff Solo. Daddy, I said Allah can agree. Noble Drew Ali too.
Yeah, I bet.
Y'all, Kim Soul agree.
Go sit down, champ. You think you better rap than yeah, I was I don't see no questions. You know, it's interesting. It's interesting how things work some days. You know what I mean? How people sometimes have a lot to say. But when I'm here, is very little being said. Just find that interesting. Oh, most importantly, man, with this information, with this Moorish science, when you understand that you're a Moor, that you're a Moorish American, We have to follow those divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, but we especially have to love instead of hate. Love is truly the key. Love is the way. So even if people is throwing hate your way, they trying to be evil towards you, don't stoop down to that level. Don't try to fight fire with fire. You got to put out that fire with some water. Don't try to match the hate with hate. Love will conquer that hate. Love is the key. Love is the way. Peace. Much love.